Hello, this is William Sunstrider, and today we're going to learn how to make a 69 plot flat couch potato garden. This is a high density version. It uses the new advanced move options in the housing section. As an example, you click on it, there's a little advanced move tab right there, and I'm going to show you how to do all of that and make this really nice high density garden. Okay, to start out, you only need one object for this particular garden, and that is the golden blossom rug. You can purchase that in the Wisteria housing shop. If it's not available in the bazaar, it's becoming less available in the bazaar. I think they figured out that this works great for plants. Let's see here. Let's get this moved into a position. I'm going to try to find a good center position here for the top row. And this design is a full 69 plot. It will work with medium and large plots. It does not work with small plots. Okay, works with medium and large plots. Let's see. Now a little bit about advanced movement here. With advanced movement, when we make a garden, we're going to use absolute movement, and you're going to click this little box right down here, and that'll put things in terms of X, Y, and Z. If you're at a Red Barn farm, you want to make sure you're facing the correct direction, because when you go like left to right here, if you're facing the opposite direction, it'll move, obviously the other way. Like if I move this left, it goes right, and right it goes left. So you want to make sure you're facing the right way, or if you can handle it, if you want, but it can get a little bit confusing. Second thing, we'll set the sensitivity all the way to the bottom, and that means when I move, it takes bigger steps. Okay, so here I'm going to set this. There, it's in the middle, somewhat in the middle. And when you start out, we're going to have we're going to move in increments of 4 clicks. Okay, in any direction, up, down, left, right, increments of 4 clicks with the sensitivity set all the way to the bottom. Also, we move, let's see here, to position on the first row, it's 5 across. We have to move this over 2 sets of 4, so we're on the left hand side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And that'll be our first starting position. Okay, and I'm going to lay down a plot right on top of the rug. Now it's also important that you not put your seeds down while you're doing this, because the rug will get locked underneath the plot and it causes issues. So don't put any seeds in your garden until everything is completely done. Let's see here. Now go back to, let's see, click on that. 1, 2, 3, 4 to the right on X. Lay down another plot. And forgive me if I repeat information a little bit. I'm kind of piecemealing this video together. 1, 2, 3, 4 to the right. The dimensions for this garden, again, in rows. You have several sets of rows, and those are 5, 7, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 7, 5. So you're going to have a row of 5, a row of 7, 5 rows of 9, a row of 7, and a row of 5. 4. Okay, now here we've got our first five. At first glance, this can look kind of difficult to kind of, count the plots. I mean, there are little tips on the edge of each plot, but an easy way to do it is to make like you're going to cast a plot, but move it over the top. And you see how each section turns red. Well, you're doing this, we can count now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's an easy way to verify and to check the alignment of your plots. I'm going to show more about alignment here in a minute. Now, at this next point, the next row needs to be 7 plots wide. So I need to move out 4 and down, or minus y, 4. And lay down a plot. And now as I'm creating the next sections of rows, you pretty much get an idea that everything's in increments of 4s, left, right, up, down. I may accelerate the video so that we can skip past the boring, making plots section. Here we go. Okay, I don't know if I mentioned this at the start here. When you click on this, there's a little icon right here for the advanced move. I don't know if I mentioned that, but you used to have pick up and move just by themselves, but the advanced move is how I'm getting into this menu here. And for the next one, I have to have 9, so I need to move minus y4, minus x4. So now I've got 9 across, and we'll start doing that. Okay, so we've got most of this built. I have to apologize. Partway through the recording, I realized that the mouse was turned off. So I'm just going to re-review real quick on object things that you click on. Like when you're clicking on the object, over here is the advanced move button. Okay, this is the sensitivity bar, and you have X, Y, and Z, but you couldn't always see the mouse. And over here, right there, is this selector right here is switching between relative and absolute movement. We want absolute movement with X, Y, and Z. For the next part, I'm going to move this down into the inside because the next row is 7 wide. So I've got to go minus Y, 1, 2, 3, 4, and minus X, 1, 2, 3, 4. And we will continue making plots. Okay, at this point we've laid down all 69 plots, and we're going to check alignment. Now, checking alignment is really important because if the plots are shifted or not in a line, it can cause some of the seeds not to be able to plant, or certain plots will be locked out. So what you have to do basically is go up and down the rows, and you see how everything has a perfect vertical, it's kind of straight. You can see it better kind of if you move it faster sometimes. Like that, has a straight edge up and down both left and right side. It's okay if you have diagonals on the edges and the corners. That's perfectly normal. Go up and down here. Check the alignment real good. Make sure there's no shift. You'll see it either move to the left or move to the right. That would be very bad. And then you gotta go way back or start over or whatever, however you want to do it. Check the alignment. Good. Straight up and down. And that looks really good. You can check it the other direction too if you want. Real quick here. I can't see any shift. There. Okay, that's really good. Now, I'm going to, once you're confident that all the plots are good, you can pick up the golden blossom rug. Now, next part, placing likes, depending upon what they are. I usually recommend that you have a cast point, okay? And I usually I use a garden gnome in the middle, and we're going to use the advanced move options. I'm going to show you how to get that in there. Click on the gnome after it's set down. Oh, real quick, you'll notice these tips. You can see them better here on the edges of the plot. You see how each one's like a little point. Okay, 5 plots here. You're going to set it the gnome right in front of the middle plot with a tip. If for any reason you started with let's say you started accidentally with it having moved your rug and it's not in the right position, then you can use the high sensitivity mode to make really fine adjustments on where it is left to right, forward to back. But you shouldn't need to. It should be good. But again, I'm on low sensitivity down here, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to move it up into the Y direction. Try to get it somewhere in the middle here. Should be pretty close, and you can look at the middle tip right there and kind of determine where it is. Almost right there, I think. Let's take a look. Now, in order to check your gnome, again, you go to gardening, you click on a large soil, and you look at that middle plot. It's going to be right in the middle, and he needs to go back. I was wrong about that, so go here, going to go plus Y, 1 space. Go back to here, and we take a look at how he's positioned. He's right in that middle plot, right in the center of it. That's good. Okay. Next. Now, I usually recommend that you have a cast point that is 100 units off of the ground. Now, when I say 100 units, well, when the sensitivity is in the lowest position, if you notice those numbers down there, X, Y, and Z, okay, X, Y, and Z, when on the lowest sensitivity, they move in units of 20, okay, plus or minus 20, whatever direction it's going. So, for an example here, a typical crate, like a food crate or a dark wood crate, okay, is 100 units wide by 100 units deep by 100 units tall. And you can use those crates to kind of measure things, okay? But as well, the gnome is about 1 crate or 100 units off of the ground in height. So I'm going to click 5 times, and that'll be 20, whoop, wrong way, plus Y. I'm going the wrong way. I'm sorry, that's plus Z. I need to go straight up into the air. Plus Z. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It can get complicated with X, Y, and Z, trying to remember your coordinate systems and all of that. It just takes a minute. So this gives you a cast point, okay? And the best way to use the cast point is to line yourself right in front of that center tip of the middle plot, okay? And even if you can't see it, not everybody wants to do this, but even if you can't see it, you just go right up the middle. And it'll jump in. You see how it jumps up, like up into the air? Okay? And when you see it jump along the edges, okay, you see it on the left and the right, you'll see it jump up, then you cast your spell. I usually recommend having a cast point that is centered. That way you're sure that you hit all of your plots. Now this design is smaller than other designs, and you can do a ground strike, but then again your depth perception on that ring, I mean it's a flat object, even though that looks to be centered, because it's a flat screen or flat image, not a stereoscopic image, okay, it is possible to miss. You might miss something along the back. So I usually recommend using a cast point. You can set it up higher, the cast point. I wouldn't, I think as I recall, I wouldn't go above 150 units, because somewhere around or above 150 units, if the gnome is too high, it won't feed any of the plants, because the ring is too far above the plants. So I think it was something like 250 units above to 300 units above, and something like 150 units below your cast point is the range for any ring. Something in that area. I can't tell you exactly, but that's a rough guess. So this is the cast point right here, and you'll have a ring right there. Also, as far as likes, you know, you can put up for whatever garden you want. This doesn't have to be couch potatoes. Again, it doesn't even have to be large plots. It can be large or medium plots. It can be enchanted soil. A lot of people don't know it, but you can make a garden with enchanted soil and plant regular seeds in enchanted plots. Let's see here, get that right about there. Close enough. So when I place my likes, I'll show you how I like to place them. Okay. And we'll move plus Y. I walk around it. Okay. And then I'm going to go plus, not yet, plus Z. And I go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. And even at 10, all of your plants still should be able to see that. That needs to come back plus Y a little bit. Okay. Now, at this point, once it's above the gnome, I'll move, let's see, to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4. About that much, maybe 3. It's okay. And we'll place the next one here. Watch that tip on that middle plot. Kind of get an idea of where things are. Go to advanced move, plus Y. Start moving it, plus Y. About right there. Plus Z, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then I'm going to move minus X, or to the left 3, 1, 2, 3. Now you might ask why I put those so far above the gnome. That's because I don't want to accidentally cast on either of these likes. I don't want to cast a spell on them. If I do, I will end up missing a feeding on the left or the right of the garden, and something won't get fed, and it'll cost you extra energy, and you might have to spend crowns. It just makes a big mess. So that's the way I usually set those up. As far as the king parsley like, or if you're doing couch potatoes, you can set those wherever you like. I usually just set one in this corner, one in that corner. I don't usually recommend that you put them above. Some people put them way up high outside of the cast range, but I found that sometimes it doesn't hit. If it's too far away, it doesn't. The light doesn't get to all of your couch potatoes or whatever plant you're making. So sometimes it's worth the extra room to just just have two of them and make do with it. But this is the basics of how to make a high density garden for couch potatoes. You can do it for evil magma peas. You can do it for anything that you want, really. And use your enchanted plots if you want to make it more versatile. You can plant any type of seed in enchanted soil and it grows just the same. Okay, I think that is everything. So, this is William Sunstrider, and thank you for watching my video.